Thank you, Erin. Hi, James. Thank you so much for joining this evening. We were just talking about how we're competing with the nice weather outside. So thank you for joining us and cooking together. This is going to be fun. I'm going to share a quick little presentation, but if you are doing it as we speak, feel free to stop me whenever, and I'm happy to answer questions. But here we go. Erin, can you see my screen okay? Great. So hi, everyone. This is Avani. This is the Cookbook Club for May 2nd. Today, we're cooking some Saag Feta. A little bit about me, like Erin already introduced me. I'm a graduate student at NYU. I'm getting my master's in nutrition and food studies. I'm an international student. I'm from India. And that's why I wanted to share a little bit about my culture today. And I picked this recipe from Priya Krishna's book, Indianish, which I think is a really, really good book for breaking down Indian food and kind of making complex dishes sound simple and really easy to make. Her commentary is also really good. She's now a New York Times food writer, so that speaks to her credibility. Kitchen appliances we need today are just a blender, stove, and saucepan. Jump right in. This is her cookbook, highly recommend it. And the dish is Saag Feta. It's a little bit of an adaptation on Saag Paneer or Saag in general, which is, Saag just means leafy greens. And leafy greens are cooked in India, mostly in Eastern and Northern India, in various different ways. This is just one way in which Northern India cooks greens, mostly spinach, in a pureed sort of pureed with paneer traditionally, which is a type of hard Indian cheese, kind of like ricotta. And benefits of this are many because spinach is so high in vitamin A, C, B6 and B12, calcium, iron, but also it's a good source of protein and fats if you're a vegetarian. So here are all the ingredients listed. I'm guessing people have looked at this before, but I can run through them really quick. Ghee is recommended to be the fat of choice, but again, olive oil will work great as well. Ghee kind of adds a little nuttiness, which is really good in the dish, or any Indian food for that matter. Coriander seeds, ground cardamom, a small onion chopped up, a garlic clove chopped up. But again, the chopping can be very forgiving just because it's going to get blended eventually. So it doesn't really matter how finely you chop it. Ginger, baby spinach, a green chili, depending on how spicy you like your food. I'd say a little bit tastes really good, and it's not spicy at all. It just adds a little bit of complexity, which is awesome. Some lime juice, salt, and then the feta cheese. I got it from the store cut up like that, but it's feta, like a block of feta is easy to chop up into little 1-inch pieces. Cumin seeds, asafoetida, which is called hing in Hindi. It's like Indian MSG. It's very, very flavorful. A little bit goes a long way, and it adds a really nice element to the dish, and a little bit of red chili powder. And then this goes great with either rice or roti. You can eat it by itself if you want to, but some carbs to go with it is always great. So jumping into the process now. I'm not sure if people are following along or how quickly or slowly I should go through this process, but I can explain the start. Kind of heating up the ghee is important on medium heat. And once you feel a little, once you add in the coriander seeds and cardamom, you will see it little dance, do a little pop. Once you see that, you can add in the onion and kind of stir it. Once it becomes translucent, that's when you know it's done. Usually takes about 5 minutes to get to that stage. And then add in your garlic and ginger that you had cut up. And then again, wait for the garlic and ginger to kind of infuse with the ghee. And then we add in the spinach, but we don't let it wilt too much because we don't want it to become bitter. So once you see it becoming like a bright green color and just wilted, that's a good stage to turn off the heat. 3 to 4 minutes is a good time usually. And once the heat is off, add in your green chili and lime juice and a little bit of salt to taste. And salt shouldn't be overdone just because we're going to add feta cheese to this later on, which is very briny. So we don't want to oversalt at this stage. And that's really the first part of the dish, where once your spinach is ready, it's ready to go into the blender. And we want to blend it to a coarse paste. We don't want it to be absolutely like baby food liquid, but not very goopy either. So like an in between. These pictures kind of tell you where to stop. A minute or so is good. And then once you're done with the blender stage, add in half a cup of water. And it's kind of easy for me to add in a little bit of water into the blender just to take everything out smoothly, but into the same skillet that you used. And do a little mix with the water. It becomes really silky and bright. And add in the feta, but gently because feta tends to crumble quite easily. So when we add in the feta, we just like kind of fold it in and let it stay on the heat for a little bit, just so the feta is like kind of soft. And so when you eat it, it like melts in your mouth and it's wonderful. So 5-6 minutes is good, 5 to 7 minutes on heat. And then either while that's happening or once that's done, in another smaller pan, this is called the tadka in Indian food. It's really a great finishing touch, but it does so much. It looks simple, but it does a lot for the dish. So in a different pan, it can be a small pan, we heat 2 tablespoons of ghee over medium heat. And once it's heated up, we add our cumin seeds. And once the cumin seeds again do a little dance, a little pop and sputter, you can add in your asafoetida and chili powder. And that mixture can be added on to the top of your spinach dish as a little, so your dish is really sandwiched between your spices, because we added in the spices in the beginning with the ghee, cooked the spinach, and now we're adding in another layer of toasted spices on top to really give it complexity. So it's a really simple dish. It's very straightforward, but it packs a punch, and it's kind of healthy, but make it fun with some feta, and it's great with some rice and roti.